Okay, recording. All right, just got back from a pretty sick ride in the
2017, I think.
2017? God, 2017 X3, or CANON X3 XRS, right?
Correct.
So full long travel buggy from CANON. Just barely came out. This is my buddy John from ROKBLOKS.
What's up?
Was nice enough to take me out. It was a crazy, fun ride.
That was awesome.
We'll go over a few stats. So, 2017. What's MSRP on a 2017?
Shoot, on the RS model, I want to say on the triple black, which is what we got. They have the special edition color with the gold and the red one. That one's, I think, $500 more or something. I want to say it's 26.8. 26.8. So definitely not a cheap two-seater, but no, they're not. But with that extra long travel stuff on there from the factory, and it's just solid. They did such a good job. Boxed front A-arms, the rear trailing arms are massive. I mean, it looks like it came out of a custom race shop. It really does. I
feel like every year they're more money, and you get in them, and you're like, you can't believe how much. I mean, they're expensive. It's a toy, you know. They're super expensive. It's true, and we've talked about this though, and it's. Once you go out a couple of times and you decide, all right, this is the kind of stuff I like doing, you can't build that machine for anywhere near that money. You can't touch that kind of performance. And it's just as good doing the desert riding that we just did as it is at the sand dunes, as it is at Moab doing rock crawling. And they're just, it's hard to build a machine that's good in all those environments. I plow my driveway with mine too. So you've got all the utility that you want. Yeah, we put it in four-wheel drive, did some hardcore hill climbing stuff, no problem. And then, you know, 85 miles an hour on a whooped out wash road. It is amazing.
That was nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts. Got some air, got some good footage, obviously, that we'll be showing you guys. Suspension works good. John has a 2016 Razor 1000 Turbo 2-seater, and we love that machine.
It's awesome.
It's been a really good machine for him. I loved it. I have a 2015 Can-Am. Shoot, I can't remember.
I think they call it the short travel Maverick. Don't they call it?
Maverick XDS. I have an XDS Turbo. Short travel. Oh shit. Well, he's acting natural. Talking shit already.
Natural.
But yeah, so it's crazy how much evolution. It's like, I don't know where they go from here with this. This machine is nuts. You know, 85 miles an hour on that road, and you'll see the footage. I mean,
and it's stable at that.
Yeah.
We've done like probably 75 or so in the turbo. Yeah. In the Razor Turbo, and it'll do it, but it's scary. Like it feels like you're floating on top of the ground, and you're just kind of constantly swirling around. This thing
felt like the back end was more planted.
Very much.
More planted than I felt the back end really grabbing when we're going through corners and stuff. I could feel that tire just trying to hook up in the back, even when we were trying to get it loose. I could feel just wanting to grab.
Very much.
Yeah, I felt like it was stable. I felt like the machine is it's beefy. It just feels very.
All the components feel really strong and just solid. There's not a lot of wobbles and creaks and shakes and stuff. You know, one piece cage and chassis. That's nice. It's all welded one piece. You don't. They're not bolting stuff together, so that feels, and it's ultra rigid.
Yeah,
it's part of the design stuff.
We were talking about suspension. We feel like the suspension it's the shit. Like it really, I mean, we're getting some air, and it is just soaking it up big time. I feel like the low speed stuff, is that what they're going to call it?
The low speeds, it's a little rough.
It's a little rougher than the Razor. The Razor has a little bit more of a comfortable ride. I don't know what players did, but they really figured out how to get that comfortable ride.
So I was going to mention this on the trail, because we bought a 14 1000 XP, so the non-turbo, that has the Walker Evans shocks. And when we got the next generation, the turbo models that come with the heavier duty Fox shocks on them, they're thicker pistons, they're built to take bigger hits. That one's a little bit rougher riding on the slow stuff than the 2014 XP 1000 was. And I think this is kind of the next step up from there. You sort of have, it's hard to fully compromise between low speed comfort and the ability to take a high speed G out or jump, or, you know, the big bumps like that. And so I think this machine, it really is, it wants to go fast, and that's really where the design I think that's really where it excels, is going fast. I think going slow, you sacrifice a little bit of...
It's still good.
A little bit of comfort. It's good. It's just not
quite as good as the Razors.
Yeah.
One thing on that subject, we were jumping it, and one thing that I noticed over the Razor, or even the older Am Maverick that I have, is it feels like the whole machine has just really good weight balance. When he hits the jump, like it just comes up and it stays nice and flat. Like in the Razors, if you guys had them, or any of the older machines, it feels like your front takes off and then your rear hits, and it's always doing like some goofy thing. You never feel real stable jumping it.
No, you're always doing a nosedive.
Yeah.
You're always doing a nosedive, and it's a little scary sometimes. I've come down what feels to be pretty almost vertical on the Razors, feeling like I'm gonna tumble over frontwards.
Yeah, for sure. So felt like it jumps good. It feels like it's a trophy truck. Definitely feel like it's more tuned to the desert. You can do anything in it, but it feels like, we were talking, when you're going fast, it's a couch, man. It's just soaking up. We were hitting these little G outs, and you'll see on the footage, and it was just, I was like bracing.
Oh yeah.
And it was nothing there.
Every time you see something coming up, it's kind of one of those pucker moments that's like, oh, this is gonna hurt, and then you hit it and it's nice and soft.
Yeah. No, it feels good, guys. So let's see, it's got a 3-cylinder 900, is that right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So 3-cylinder 900 turbo with 154 horsepower and 113 foot-pounds of torque.
Yep.
Weight is...
I don't know. I want to say it's around 1,400 pounds. I think it's right in there. I think it's similar to the 2-seater turbo Razor, but a little bit heavier. But to be honest, I don't know.
So unlike this car from the last Can-Am, they kind of copied Polaris, which is a good thing, but they moved their engine to the rear.
They did.
No more center mounted engine, and you sit nice and low in your seat in the center, and then you have your gas in the front. And so,
you know what I think is cool about the seating position? So what I heard that the engineers did is they built the chassis and then they put it in a gyro tumbler type of contraption
to figure out the weight balance.
To figure out the point of least movement within the chassis itself. So they're tumbling the thing all around, and then the point that had the least amount of movement, that's where they put the seats.
Oh, that's sick.
So when you're going bumping and crazy down the
and you can feel that. You can definitely feel that. I mean, we were hitting some.
There's some pucker moments, but man, it just
ate it up.
It just does. It just takes it. It just takes it. And the seats, comfortable, solid. Like you feel
for a stock seat. That's one thing we'll say about Polaris. Their stock seats are shit.
They're garbage.
I mean, they're junk. They're junk. The first thing you do if you buy a Razor is you change the seat.
I hate the 1000 seats. I really do.
So yeah, Can-Am, it does. We were talking about that too. Even though it's a bit expensive, it feels like out of the box. Like you got a roof, you got a mirror, you've got nice seats that are set up for 4-point or 5-point harnesses.
Yep. By the way,
it feels ready. I mean, you can add some cool things to it, I guess, still, but man, it feels more. I swear, you buy the Razor, and you're instantly spending $3,000 on wheels and tires and seats.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, this comes with 30-inch tires, which is rad, and
which is very cool.
Clearance is
15 inches of ground clearance on the RS model, and the other models, it's hard to compare apples to apples because Razor isn't making an Apple like this one. So they on the 62-inch models, which Can-Am makes of this, the price points are much more comparable too. In fact, on the 16-inch models, the price points start at I think around 22,000, and that's even less than the turbo. Same power plant, same transmission and stuff, and the suspension on those ones, while it's not the long travel, which is super cool, it's still more than the Razors. Those ones have 20 inches of suspension travel versus the Razors 16 and 18.
Yeah, it's sick. So hold on one sec. Yeah, so definitely it feels way more set up from the factory than the Razor, and it's really not much. How much was your Razor? Your Razor was...
They were 25.
Yeah, so you're paying $1,000 more-ish. 1,500 more.
$2,000 probably, yeah.
$2,000 more, but it came with 30-inch tires, better seats,
long travel suspension. I mean,
what's the warranty on them? Is it a year?
It's 6 months from the factory.
That's pretty standard. You can do.
You can buy an extended warranty, but But yeah, it's the same as the Razor for the factory warranty.
Yeah, I'm impressed. It'll be interesting to see if they come out with a 4-seater. We're assuming they probably will.
I'm sure they probably will. They're staying pretty tight-lipped about it, obviously. But the answer that I have seen Can-Am give other people repeatedly asking that question is, we will be releasing new models every 6 months for the next like 2 years. Okay. So I think they've got, and I'm sure the 4-seater is going to be big.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
It's going to be bigger than the Razor 1000 4-seater, but
if you're into hardcore, just like getting a little gnarly, the 2-seater is the best. I get the 4-seater. I mean, people have families, and it's still,
totally.
You know, even on the Razor, the 4-seater feels really good, but it is a little bit funner than a 2-seater.
The 2-seater's fun. This one, you get a lot of the extra stability in this. I think it's a foot longer, the wheelbase, than the 2-seater Razor.
It feels very stable.
So
very stable. The chassis had a lot of, it felt good. I'm trying to think what else. Bead locks from the factory, pretty sick. They look high quality.
Yep, they look nice. They have a very, I want to say high offset to them, so the rim is very sucked in against the hub. So virtually any aftermarket wheel, you're gonna be pushing out another 2 to 3 inches on each side.
Yeah, thinking about a set of paddles, and it'll probably even have more, so it's gonna feel super stable in the dunes, which is awesome if you get a nice offset and the paddles are on there.
Awesome with the dunes, yep.
Power, the motor felt good. It feels really strong, very linear power, and I felt like it had really good torque. Just smooth roll on.
It's a very smooth power. It doesn't punch you hard. In fact, if you're not looking at the Speedo, you punch it and it's kind of like, all right, it's not bad. But then when you look down at the speedometer to compare how fast you're going, you're going. You're moving. So it's a very smooth. It is. It's weird to say, but it's a very smooth power.
I feel like the clutching felt good.
Clutching does great.
It wasn't noisy really. Engagement was really good. So yeah, I feel like they've got the clutching figured out. The machine ran extra cool. I feel like it was just always like.
It stayed very cool.
Yeah,
we did some hard climbs and some long pulls. And
yeah, it feels like the engineering on it's really good. They spent some time and money on this thing. I think it's an amazing value. I know Polaris has had the name for years, but it's hard not to. Yeah, you got to look at Can-Am with this thing.
Oh, totally. And I think with this machine, I think it's really, Polaris isn't going to be one-upped for very long. So I think this is going to really push the envelope on the next generation of machines, on both suspension travel and build quality and power. I know Polaris is, I've heard rumors that they're going to come out with a fully redesigned model for the 2018. So towards the end of next year, we'll see something I think pretty cool from them. But yeah, right now, dude, I love it, man. It's freaking amazing.
I'd say I had 2 cameras on the rig. One was in the back, and I didn't realize it. It was right where rocks would be chucked at the camera, and I'm glad it didn't get destroyed. We had a set of his prototype flaps on there, which will be for sale here soon. I'll show you some clips, but it helps big time. So put a little plug in there for them because they're legit awesome. My camera was perfect, so I didn't realize that I was going to jack up my $400 camera.
Yeah.
But I probably would have without the ROKBLOKS, so that was pretty sick. So keeping it good. All the suspension, you'll see on the suspension, it's got 3 arms in the back to keep the wheel basically straight.
The camber straight up and down through the full suspension travel.
Yeah.
What I've heard some racers talk about, the desert racers, is you get so much of this, so much travel that when you're going at speed, it changes both the camber and the toe sometimes, and these guys will just rip their wheels right off because the angles are so much
down
different.
And it just starts pushing it out.
Yeah. So Can-Am decided to put some, and they're heavy duty too. Those radius arms back there are
everything's beefy.
So soft.
When you compare it to the Polaris, it is just so much more. It's just substantially heavy duty, like super heavy duty on the rig. What else was I saying? Yeah, it's got that full skid plate, which is cool on the bottom.
Yeah, it's not just a little chintzy thin piece of plastic or whatever. It's a full, I want to say it's a 3/8 inch HMW full skid plate on the bottom, just from the factory.
Another thing you don't have to spend $400 on or whatever they are. I mean,
$800.
Yeah. So again, you seem. I remember when I bought my what was it? My Razor 900 Jagged X Edition.
Yeah,
I got it for like 23 grand, and I thought at the time, like, holy crap! I just spent $23,000 on a 4-wheeler thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But you get in it, and just like this thing, I mean, I feel like this is like a trophy truck. You know, it's not $1 million trophy truck, but dang, the stuff it can do. It's 26 grand is insane.
It's as close as you can get. And if you know, if this
turnkey
kind of stuff,
with a warranty.
A turnkey with a warranty. And the reliability's there, you can repair them easily. Like, they're just they're really expensive, but once the sticker shock kind of wears off, again, I mean, you have to enjoy going out in the, you know, the mountains or the dunes or, you know, the Moab kind of stuff, the rock crawling kind of stuff. But if you do enjoy it, they're so much better than any other options out there. They just whether it's a Razor or the CANON, the Razors are awesome. We have a 4-seater Razor 1000 Turbo, and it's an awesome machine. I love it, and it's just amazing the kind of stuff you can do in those machines.
Agreed. Freaking bomb. All right, well, cool. Is there anything else? I don't know. It's sick. I love the triple black.
Yeah, I love the triple black. All black's gonna be kind of cool.
I'm excited. We'll do some. I want to do a few. We'll do a few more. We're gonna definitely do some more rides in the X3. Do some chase videos, some other stuff. Yeah. Maybe some more comparisons with the Razor. Yep. You got two, so.
And well, we gotta do more R&D, because we're working on building bumpers and, you know, a few other parts for these things, some lower doors and stuff like that. So we got to go out and test them and see how they work.
It'll be sick. Anyways, guys, I'll be splicing this in with all of our video. You guys will like it, I think.
Maybe it felt way cooler than it looks. We'll find out.
I need a nap from all the freaking adrenaline. So.
No joke. No joke.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like the content. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for John for taking me out in his brand new machine and letting me rip in it. It was awesome.
It was a blast.
So yeah, check out ROKBLOKS. I'll put a link to their website. They make really cool stuff for all your trucks, rally cars, everything, all your side-by-sides. Really high quality, awesome stuff. Okay, thanks for watching.